Okay, every pony. As I said, this is chapter 5 of Vinyl and Octavia University Days. I know it's been about a week since I've done a reading of this one, but come on. Fall Equestria is so good. But this one by Dawn Fade is also very good. Check him out. Read for yourself so you don't have to hear me stutter all the time. All right. So let's get cracking, Captain. Chapter 5. A glowing pencil twirled and skittered along the paper under the gaze of purple shades. Smooth, curling lines arranged into a certain pattern littered the entire sheet, much to the teacher's confusion. "Are you okay, Vinyl?" she asked, drawing the attention of the entire class. For a moment, the pencil paused in its delicate activity, and its controller raised her head off the table slightly. "Yeah." The teaching mayor hesitated before continuing, and a few of the students turned their heads subtly, also interested in the DJ's behavior. "It's just, you've been drawing nothing but triple clefs since we began today. I know you're already quite a skilled artist, but surely, don't call me Shirley, but surely you could use some practice at defining textures like the rest of us." "Probably." Another unbroken line, swirling around and trailing off with a little flick. Come on, work. Trying a different approach, the teacher brushed imaginary dirt specks from her coat to appear nonchalant. "Last week you mentioned that you might know some pony who would be willing to model for us." Finally, Vinyl stopped and gave her full attention. "Yeah, I haven't asked her yet, but I was thinking, we don't we have, like, professional models or whatever?" Grateful for a proper response for once, the mayor smiled. "We do, but they've modeled for my class for years now, and I want some pony new to have every pony sketch. It's not good to get used to drawing the same ponies over and over." Porn. The white unicorn simply nodded and began drawing yet another of the musical symbols that occupied her mind. But the teacher was determined not to let the conversation end that easily. Vinyl had always been of the more outspoken members of the class. Now seeing her so quiet was worrying. "So who is this mysterious mayor?" "Earth Pony. Gray fur." "What's her key mark? Maybe I've seen her around campus." Vinyl suddenly moved a hoof to cover as many of the treble clefs as possible. "I can't remember. I haven't known her for long." "Well, I'm certainly excited to see her. Do you think you can convince her to come in next week?" "Yeah, no problem." "What, they have classes only once a week?" Satisfied with that, Satisfied that all was once again right in her classroom, the mayor went back to the front of the class, and the other ponies returned to their own conversations and work. All except one. A stallion with a narrow face and a coat of dark brown was sitting beside Vinyl, eyeing her work with interest. His name was Shady Oaks, and he was the only pony brave enough to talk to a silent DJ. "Yo, what's up with you today, dude?" He he called her dude. "Oh well," he whispered, nudging her hoof. "Nothing. What's up with you?" she hissed back, continuing to trace those silken lines. "Wondering why you're being a zombie mostly." "Mostly?" "Stop wondering, 'cause nothing's wrong. Don't you have some textures to define?" Shady muffled a laugh. "Come on. I only took this class because it's easy as hay and it doesn't have any exams. Seriously though, what's up?" "Don't act like we're best mates, okay? Just back off." The old pony shuffled away, his long black hair unfurling like a shield between his eyes and Vinyl. "Whatever, you ain't gotta be such a bitch about it." "Go cry to your mum," Vinyl muttered without thinking. Celestia, he's right. What the hell is wrong with me today? It seemed as if years of experience making friends and being sociable were all going down the drain, leaving an angry core that couldn't even hold a conversation. I can't be like that. What if I was a bitch to Octavia? Her chest clenched at the thought, and she knew the problem had to be fixed before it got worse. lightly tapping Shay's hoof to get his attention. Vinyl took a deep breath. Listen, don't worry about it, he replied instantly, brushing his hair aside. What? I think I know what you're doing. Why you're so rude today. Heat slowly crept up the DJ's neck as she cautiously inquired, "Yeah? My little sister Lily Cup is in your psychology class. She said the tutor is always picking on you." Lily Cup? The tiny, light brown mare who always looks nervous? Because she's secretly a sex fiend who does porn out. Like, yeah, whatever. Moving on. She said that? Yeah. Also told me that you were kind of mean. That you were kind of mean to her in the first tutorial, but she forgives you. But I wasn't sure what to say to that. What to say to that? Don't worry, I forgive you too, dude. Going to that class every week while knowing the teacher is just gonna be a dick to you must be frustrating. That was it. Pretending to hate Octavia must be messing with her head. No wonder I'm being a jerk today. With my head, sorry. It's her thought process. It's almost midnight. My mouth is not wanting to work. I need some WD-40 from my mouth. Yeah. Well, I have crackers. They make it worse, but somehow better. But that stopped now. But that stopped now. The DJ wasn't about to let Psych control how she behaved. His name is Psych. That's kind of what he does. Whoa, yawning. So much fun. You have no idea. If you ever feel like getting wasted and forgetting about it all, I can hook you up with some cheap booze. Keep it on the down low though. Yeah, drinking buddy, mayor, cult. Somewhat stereotypical teenage type. Final DJ. This cult name is Shady. Me no like how I looking. Okay. Somehow I turned into that one dude from Hangover who Chinese. Or some kind of Asian. But he a real dick, right? He tiny dick. If you ever feel like well, yeah, so that. Vinyl scratched her chin thoughtfully. Drinking buddies can come in handy after all. I might just do that. Here, put your number on my phone. She floated the object in question out of a saddlebag and over to Shady, who took it with a grin. You ain't gonna get done, boy. You ain't gonna get none. Yes, I've read through chapter 13 of this. I know what shall happen. I have the nipples of the future. Those of you who Moonlight is furs would know that meme. Vinyl scratched her chin. Yeah. As he tapped his own digits in, it was difficult to ignore a certain other name in the context. Octavia? He whispered. You got Octavia's number? Blood rushed to her face as she began stammering before he interrupted. Half the stallions here would kill for that number. And the other half are gay. Oh, 50% of ponies are gay? Cool. Damn, it must be awesome being a DJ and getting to know all the higher-ups. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Did he not realize that the cellist was also in her psychology class? Or was he playing a game with her? Here. He handed the phone back cheerfully. There didn't seem to be anything malicious about him, that's for sure. But how could she tell? The rest of the class passed in an uncomfortable haze for the white unicorn. She managed to stop drawing treble clefs and did a quick sketch to demonstrate her knowledge of texture, earning kind words and a smile from the teacher, who clearly assumed that everything was now back to normal. Never assume anything. They'll just make an ass out of you and me. That's how you spell assume. Don't you get it? Oh, that made my voice hurt. Don't know how you can hurt something intangible like that, but okay. But the second Vina walked out the door, her phone was out and dialing. Constant arguing was taking a toll on her social skills, and that needed to end quickly if she was to remain good at her job. Oh yeah. Calling Octavia. Ring, ring. Hello, Vinyl. The slightly tinny voice of her friend greeted happily. How was drawing? Same old, same old. What's up? I am completing a history assignment at the moment. Oh, and I have some exciting news. The DJ smiled at how enthusiastic and the normally calm Mare was. Yeah? I received a notice telling me that someone has been assigned to my room. Oh, I hope it's you. Don't get your hopes up. I'm probably not important enough to share. The share. I'm probably. Don't, let me start that over again. Don't get your hopes up. I'm probably not important enough to share with you rich ponies. She replied, chuckling a little and making it clear she was joking. Don't talk like that. Don't talk like that. Hmm. Darn. I just remembered that I know the student coordinator. I should have gone to see. I should have gone to see her and requested you as my dorm mate. I don't think that would have worked. Vinyl hoped her grin wasn't audible. She's probably not allowed to let students choose who they share with. Otherwise, there'd be lots and lots of sexing. Of all kinds. Maybe even with a griffin. I wonder how that would be. Stop it, brain. Not time for burst thoughts. This is ponies. No porn in ponies. Yeah, in case you hadn't noticed, I will not read Klopfic. At least on this channel. You're probably right. But wait. Derp, 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 derp. It was becoming difficult not to laugh. You're probably right, Octavia said. I just have to hope that they are friendly, or sexy, or both. Then he'd never be bored. Sexy and friendly. The cellist giggled. You have a one-track mind, Vinyl. I regret nothing. Hey, there's something I want to talk to you about. She looked around to make sure no pony was close enough to hear. The building was almost empty now that her class was over. What is it? You know our pretend arguments? Yes? I don't know if I can do them anymore, Vinyl said simply. Why? Because I don't like arguing with you. But we're just pretending. I know, but it's still, I don't know. It's just not fun anymore. There was a moment of silence in which she bit her lip. I almost thought violently, "Holy crap! This is like Fallout Equestria all over again." She bit her lip worriedly. What should we do then? The cellist finally replied, her happy mood having clearly abated. Maybe not argue. Instead, we just don't talk to each other during class. Act like we can't even stand the thought of speaking now. Like we hate each other that much. Well, okay. I thought you liked trading insults with me. But if it's bothering you that much, then I'll agree to stop. Bono winced. I do like trading insults with you. Really. It's just I'm still acting bitchy even after we stop at arguing. I don't like it. You don't seem bitchy when we're doing our little assignments. You can't see it right now, but my eyebrows are raising up and down suggestively. Are you sure you're not just being too hard on yourself? The DJ snorted before replying. Well, obviously I haven't been bitchy with you. How is that obvious? I'm not following, queried the mayor on the other end. I meant like, well, it doesn't matter. Oh, if only Octavia weren't so naive. Oh well, time for a cracker. My voice is cracking. Cracker cracking! I am back, and I have a message. Ponies should pony. That is all. Also, Pinkie Pie's best pony, followed closely by Fluttershy. Hidden personality traits for the win. Okay, where were we? I'm not following. It's like, well, it doesn't matter. Well, it doesn't matter. What I'm worried about is that I might become bitchy with you. And I guess I like you too much to risk ruining our friendship. Excuse me. The words came easier than expected, and for once, Vinyl didn't feel as though there could have been a better way to get her message across. Oh, well, if you phrase it in that manner, I understand what you mean. Very well. From now on, we shan't talk in class. Shan't. Nice. Sweet. And yes, she did say sweet. And thank you for saying that. Saying what? that you don't want to risk ruining our friendship. Having never experienced one before, it feels nice to be reminded that I have one now, and that it's with some pony that value me as much as I value them, or who seems to value me as much as I value them. Vinyl felt a little awkward having everything spelled out like that instead of just taking it as a given. But when she considered that Octavia had nothing else to draw from when it came to this kind of situation, it became a lot more tolerable. Hey, no worries. I'll text you 100 times a day if you want. If you want to remind you. If you want and remind you. They giggled together, and the DJ took advantage of the brief gap in spoken conversation in order to once again make sure no pony was nearby. An irritatingly familiar mint green unicorn was making her way down the hall beside an orange mare with a carrot on her flank. Carrot Top, beyond her garden and beyond her tomb. Two great songs. Maybe one or two texts to that effect would be nice, but you don't have. Crap. Sorry, I gotta go. Without waiting for a goodbye, she exited the call and slipped the phone back into its pouch. She's the one I told you about, Laura whispered to her friend loudly, clearly not actually trying to hide her words. So Vinyl, were you talking to your new mare friend? It turned out that there were some upsides to being forced into a battle of insults every week, namely, a razor sharp wit and good reflexes. Nope, I was talking to yours, replied the white unicorn with a wink. Laura seemed slightly dumbfounded, and her friend broke into laughter. Shut up, C-Top. You try your best, but it's not quite there. Muttered the mayor irritably. Vinyl didn't stick around for a second bout. I'll leave you to whatever it is you were going. You were doing in this building together, alone. She let the words hang in the air and marched straight past them, heading for the exit. Unwilling to let her get away with the last word, Laura called out, "I'm not gay." The DJ mentally wished herself luck and took a stab in the social dark. Does Bonbon know that? She shouted back. A brief pause, then the quiet voice of C-Top inquiring, "What does she mean by that, Lili?" Lili? Really? Okay. The air outside tasted of victory. A huge grin stretched her cheeks almost painfully, but it was so worth it. Laura would have a fair bit of difficulty digging herself out of whatever it was she got stuck in. Even without the details, it looked messy. With success flowing behind her, as well as the knowledge that the only ponies she needed to be mean to now were those who deserved it, Bono was feeling pretty good about her lot in life. In a few days, she surprised Octavia by moving in whilst the cellist was in a class or something, and they'd be able to spend all night talking face to face instead of through the phone. And then she'd really be in heaven. Oh, you have no idea. Now shut up, brain. It's too late. My brain's thinking of decidedly non-pony things. If you ever go on a... this isn't the right place where I can talk. Alright. This time, Vinyl didn't even bother coming up with an excuse. She liked being around the gray mare, and there was no point denying it. It was the other things that could use a little denying. Well, and that's it. That is it. Vinyl and Octavia, University Days, Chapter 5. That's done. It is Luna's night is getting old, and Celestia's charge is about ready to rise. So, without further ado, Nightlife, out.